The Witcher 3 is definitely one of the most next-gen games presented on the E3 because it just gets developed for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and has won IGN's E3 People's Choice Award. And this is the story. You play as Geralt again, but he got his mind back and he's now more focused on important matters such as the politics and major themes like intrigues, including a profound moral system and an all-new fighting system. You will need to spend about 50 hours just for the main story and again 50 hours for side activities and exploring the world, which is going to be bigger than Skyrim. Depending on the decisions you have made, the story ends in 3 different, very extensive epilogues with over 300 variants. And at last, The Witcher 3 shall be supported until 2016 with new features and DLCs.
I fight for those I hold dear. I'm Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher.
Seconds, Jack.
Okay.
The creators of Max Payne and Alan Wake, Remedy, known for excellent storytelling, presented their new Xbox One exclusive action-adventure game, Quantum Break. The story deals with 3 main protagonists whose scientific experiment about time manipulation goes terribly wrong. From this time on, disorders in space-time structure, so-called quantum breaks, are stopping the time or letting it stutter. You can stop the time for about 60 seconds, which is your most powerful weapon against your enemies which are trying to eliminate you. High quality movie sequences accompany the story with extremely detailed animations and especially fantastic facial expressions. Surely Quantum Break has very much potential, but you'll need to wait quite a bit for it because it won't be available to the launch of the Xbox One.
Move it! Move!
In Watch Dogs, you play as Aiden Pierce, who is on a revenge mission because his criminal past ended in a tragedy and now you are fighting for justice and against a corrupt system. Your most powerful weapon is your smartphone, with which you have the ability to hack into any network system. Anything what is connected through Chicago's so-called Central Operating System, short form CTOS, can be manipulated. For example, you can trigger a multiple collision by hacking into the traffic lights to escape the police, or you can stop a train if you want to jump on it. But you also have normal weapons like different guns or your baton. Also, Watch Dogs has a multiplayer component in which other players pop up in your game as normal NPCs, where they are trying to transmit a virus to your smartphone. If that happens, it is your task to find this player and neutralize him. In case you don't want to be disturbed by other players, you can switch off the multiplayer. I am sure that Watch Dogs is going to be a great and extremely good looking open world game. The PlayStation 4 exclusive racing game Drive Club and the Xbox One exclusive Forza Motorsport 5 share the 7th place in my top 10. Both games make an excellent impression. In Drive Club, it is your aim to be part of a racing team and collecting some of the world's most beautiful cars, while it focuses on the multiplayer. It is going to be a mixture of simulation and arcade, while the graphics are close to photorealism. Dynamic daytimes with realistic light and shadow effects are given as well as in Forza 5, which uses the power of the cloud to create the best racing game experience by improving the AI. All in all, Forza 5 is trying to be bigger, better and more beautiful than its predecessor.
It's a truck, nothing mentioned, nothing geared, there's gotta be a dive here, surely coming towards the line!
Drive Club is going to be available for free for PlayStation Plus users, but only in a slim version, and both games are available right to the launch of the new consoles. Another PlayStation 4 exclusive launch title is called Killzone Shadowfall. The story takes place on the planet of the Vectans, who allowed the Hellcast to live there as well. The two factions are just divided by a large security wall, but the different cultures lead to much suspense, kinda like in the Cold War. To fight your enemies, you have a large arsenal of weapons which offer different fire modes. For example, a close-range weapon can activate a rifle scope so that it's perfect for long-distance fights. The graphics of a Killzone game were always great, and of course they got improved once again, but the developers know that their gameplay has to improve too, and I definitely think that Guerrilla Games are reaching that aim. I was waiting for the announcement of Mirror's Edge 2 a long time, because the first game was really innovative and was so much fun to play. At the same time you saw that it has much more potential. Finally, Mirror's Edge 2 will hit the next gen consoles in 2014. The developers are saying that it definitely will be set apart from the predecessor in many ways. You play as Faith once again, but this time she won't no longer always tries to flee. Instead, she's going to profit from a stronger character and face the situations, which does not mean that the game will be a shooter. The world shall be more open and you can explore it freely, and honestly, I can't wait to run and fight through the handsome world of Mirror's Edge 2. When Ubisoft revealed the online RPG shooter Tom Clancy's The Division, it was a big surprise. Nobody expected it, and it looks so damn great. And that's the setting. A deadly pandemic infested New York and society collapses into chaos. You are part of The Division, a secret unit of tactical agents who are fighting against a conspiracy behind the artificial virus. Built on the so-called Snowdrop engine, developed only for the next-gen consoles, The Division has an extremely amount of details and visual effects. The game allows you to play either alone or by using the drop-in, drop-out multiplayer. During the game you can learn many different skills, which is not based on the skill tree, but you only can use 2 different abilities at the same time. If you ask me, I am totally blown by this game, and I just hope that I won't need to wait long for Tom Clancy's The Division. Even before PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were announced, I couldn't wait for the next gen version of Battlefield. The complete Battlefield experience was never possible on PS3 and Xbox 360, and I always gave a jealous look to PC players. But now, this time is over. Finally, you can play with 64 players at the same time, and Battlefield 4 looks better than ever. 60 frames per second and 1080p with massive destructions thanks to the Frostbite 3 engine. And in addition, the 5-man squads and the commander mode are back, a so-called Levolution function which makes every single match unique, for example by collapsing skyscrapers. And Battlefield 4 also will have a spectator mode, which is perfect for esports or if you want to record machinimas. At the same time, DICE wants to create a great single-player experience as well. Hollywood-inspired cinematic elements and a stronger interactivity by using multiplayer elements like the freedom of open-world decisions shall improve the single-player. I am so pumped about Battlefield 4, which is available from the first day the next-gen consoles are in stores.
Let the legend come back to life.
Metal Gear Solid 5, the newest masterpiece of star developer Hideo Kojima, gets developed for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well as for the current consoles. The game offers non-linear missions which join together to a complete story in which you play as Big Boss Elias Snake, whose mission is to free 2 prisoners, but the prologue ends with Snake falling into a coma. After 9 years in the year 1984, he awakes and forms a group of mercenaries to find the person who is responsible for his destroyed headquarters and his coma. Metal Gear Solid 5 is the first game using the all-new Fox engine, which delivers nearly photorealistic graphics. Kojima also mentioned that the final graphics will be better than in current trailers. The game invites you to explore the open world, which leads to more gameplay and less movie sequences. And Konami announced that Kiefer Sutherland will be the speaker and actor of Snake. I guarantee that Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be one of the best games for each console. Number 1 of my top 10 PS4 and Xbox One games is a multi-platform title, Destiny. a sci-fi online, cooperative as well as competitive first-person shooter with some MMO elements. Set 700 years in the future, the civilization has spread all over the solar system, but a catastrophic event restricted humankind to a minimum, and the only safe place is a city on Earth, because a big white ball called the Traveler protects it. You are one of the Watchmen who try to ensure the survival of humankind and to find out the cause of the catastrophe. Bungie, the developer of Halo, wants to prove again that they can create other high-quality projects, but they are under pressure because of the massive success of Halo. Destiny gets accompanied by one of the biggest marketing promotions the gaming world has ever seen, and it hits all consoles at the beginning of 2014, while Sony is the official partner of the game, so PlayStation 4 players will get exclusive content.
Here I go!
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like below. Please don't care about my English, I'm a German dude and my English is not the best. Feel free to subscribe or check out my other videos.